invite the next presenter, a novel human-in-the-loop AI toolbox for multimodal assessment of anterior chamber angles, Dr. Prasanna.
Yeah. Thank you for this opportunity to present on my innovation. So artificial intelligence, is it the hype or the real McCoy? So this is something that is real and happening, my dear friends. When we started to unlock the phone with our fingerprints, with our face, and then we have the first unmanned car which can even stop at places such as the speed breakers, the traffic, and then we had the first NASA plane which was unmanned and it can fly on its own. So slowly but surely it started coming into place, and we wanted to break the black box dilemma, why the AI is working the way it is working, and we invented a convolutional neural network with real confocal images using human intelligence. So that's the USP of our innovation. So we used a convolutional neural network just like the human CNS system, and the AI has to undergo a growth just like from a baby to an adult, and we used a medical image annotation tool where two human interfaces were there. The AI was not given full control. The humans annotated and taught the AI, and humans also validated it. If something was wrong, we took the responsibility and then changed it. You can see that each small findings were annotated, a cup, a disc, an RNFL defect. A single image was spent almost 15-20 minutes to annotate, and then the machine learning was taking place. With more annotation, the precision, recall, the mean average precision all improved, and the diagnosis alone did not happen, but along with the diagnosis you also got the intricate findings. You can see in this particular scenario, when the image is fed, even the RNFL defect is obtained, as you can see in this box here. So these intricate findings along with the diagnosis helped us in an explainable AI, and we also evaluated it with sensitivity and specificity. We wanted to push ourselves more. We went into the angle. So this was the technique that we used. You can see the green dot, the trabecular meshwork, and the yellow one, the sclera, and then a perpendicular was drawn from the trabecular meshwork, and a novel protractor was innovated for the angles as well. So we used a multimodal UBM, Anterion, ASOCT, and Scheimpflug imaging. 4 angle devices were used, and Anterion showed more promising results in the training, and the train 3, you can see with each training the machine was actually improving, and you can see the sensitivity and specificity 82, 88 and 95 in the subsequent ones. Even the specificity, you can see it is 92, 94 and 95. So with more training, the human training, you can see this is the image. So with train 1, you can see the actual angle is 24.76. It is 27 that the machine predicts. With the subsequent one, you can see the 24.76, it is 22. Only a 2 differences there. Then with subsequent training, the 24 now becomes a 23. So that's what human in the loop brings in along with the AI, and this is an app that has been launched where you just need to drag the angle image, be it a UBM or an Anterion, you just need to drag it and put it into the app that we have made, and you can see that the image automatically annotates because of the human learning. You can see the image is now loading and it automatically comes into a annotation. Yeah, I'm just showing this video here. So now it is loading, and once the loading process is done, the image loads itself, and you can see the annotation is automatically done. So then we also went ahead with an OCT algorithm, not only to diagnose but also to grade, because in OCT we have the visual and the digital markers to grade the glaucoma. So all these 3 innovations are in the smartphone, and it is called human in the loop training, and we have developed an extensive baby. Under 60 seconds we get this. In fundus we diagnose along with the intricate findings. In angle AI we differentiate the glaucoma, quantify the angle, and for YARC-PA decision making, and for OCT AI we diagnose and grade the severity. So this is holistic glaucoma at the maximum, and we are pushing ourselves into MIGS as well, where the angle dynamics, this is a paper which is due for publication, which is very promising. So we ultimately it's for the community, and this is my team along with a group of engineers, ophthalmologists, optometrists. This is a lifelong study that we have done, a 5-year study along with seniors like Dr. Murli Ariga sir, Satyan sir, with Sandstone collaboration, etc. Thank you once again for giving this opportunity.
So fantastic thought process here, Prasanna.
Yes, sir.
Do you think this is going to replace gonioscopy?
So gonioscopy cannot be replaced because gonioscopy is the visualization test that we tend to do. But what our idea is, in the rural community or in vision centers or in telemedicine when it is on the rise now, with a single modality such as a fundus or a OCT, we cannot go forward. Artificial intelligence has to be multimodal. A disease like glaucoma has to be approached as much as holistic as possible, because fundus gives only certain findings. With OCT we get certain more. So now how can we add more into it? Adding the CCT, adding the visual fields. Even in our calculator we have added the IOP as well. So this is almost a 5-year work that we have shared, sir. So the more data that we can add on to it, the more the sensitivity and specificity will be there. But definitely human touch examinations will always be human touch examinations. But we can definitely diagnose better, because just with a smartphone, you take a photograph and you put it into the app, you get as much as possible data as possible, so that referrals, telemedicine, primary health centers, they all can benefit. Even when we do a screening with a smartphone, all this really matters at the end of the day, sir.
So it's more a helpful tool rather than a replacement for normal.
Yes, sir. My emphasis is on AI. It should be an helpful tool, because that is why we created 2 human interfaces called human in the loop training. Never give AI the total power, because at the end of the day it is the human who make the decisions. But when we have 2 human interfaces, one for teaching and one for predicting, the human interfaces will always help correcting and modulating the machine much better. Just like for takeoff and landing, the pilot holds the flight rather than giving the total control to the AI. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Nice, Dr. Prasanna. How many patients have you tested this on?
Sir, for fundus we have used up to 8,000 images. For the multimodal angle images, we have used 1,400 images for each of the angles, because taking into consideration, I may have an anterion, another person may have an ASOCT or a Scheimpflug or a UBM, and for OCT images, again we have brought in 4 centers. Each centers have given mild, moderate and severe. Each have given around 200 to 300 images for each category. So it's a multi-centric trial, and we have done it, completed around 3 to 4 years of follow-up, sir.
What would
Yeah.
You have used all these images to train the AI, but
Yes.
then the output, how are you calibrating it?
So
There
the
are all false we've done some trials for infection
Yes, ma'am.
dermatitis using AI and deep learning. What we found out was you need to go ahead and see these images are fed to train the AI. Once you build the AI, the output also has to be validated. Otherwise, false positives, false negatives can become a problem. So how do you do that calibration?
Yes, ma'am. So the results that was evaluated was the outputs, ma'am. So we had images used for training, and for testing we didn't use the same images that we used for training. We used a different cohort of images for testing. So the training images and the testing images were not the same, and the testing images data was the sensitivity and specificity that I presented. So the images were divided into 2. The training images were not used for testing. Yeah.
cost issues?
So the application, as you can see, the AIOCT, it is still not launched, but the fundus and the angle, it is already launched free of cost, sir. For the benefit of the rural public, we are aiming the rural community in the developing world, so it is already launched. We didn't have a charge or anything, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
So you are giving it free of cost for all the people who have watched here at the first instance?
Sir, the idea.
Thank you, Prasanna, Ramesh.
Thank you,
Venkatesh.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I now request Dr. Omkar Telang sir to please honor a certificate to Prasanna, Venkatesh, Ramesh, please. Very good, very good. But that will not be counted for the marks.